Hello everyone, welcome to 7th grade History and Geography Open House. I'm Miss Smith, I'm your student's history and geography teacher for this semester. I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes version because I know there's a lot of teachers you're listening to, so this is just going to be a quick overview of everything you need to know, and then if you want to watch the rest of the video, you can. So first, welcome, thank you for being here. Thank you for being my partner in this educational journey as we try our best to navigate virtual learning. I know this is totally brand new for you. It is totally brand new for me. And so I promise we will get through this together. First thing I want to touch on is every day I do 25 minutes of live instruction. After live instruction, there is independent work time. I stay in the Google Meet to assist any students who need help during that time. And so if your students have any questions, they can stay and get help then. Grading takes place in Canvas and then it is transferred to Infinite Campus every night. The most reliable place to check your student's grade right now is Canvas. If your student for some reason forgets their password, they can go to myaccount.ccsd.net to reset their password. And to get a hold of me, your students can message me in Canvas. My email is smithkm6@nv.ccsd.net, and every day I have office hours from 7:30 to 7:55 and 2:15 to 2:45. Those times need to be scheduled because there's other meetings that go on during those times as well, and also so I can send you the link. All right, if you're hanging around, let's dive in. So I'm Miss Smith. This is my 8th year teaching. I taught for 4 years at Agassiz Prep here in Las Vegas, and then this is my 4th year at Tarkanian Middle School. I got my bachelor's in history and my minor in political science from the University of California, Irvine. And then I went on to get my teaching credential from Cal State Long Beach, and then I went on again to get my master's in multicultural education, curriculum instruction, and design here in Las Vegas at UNLV. I am from Long Beach, I'm from California, and I love to travel. My favorite part about history is looking at evidence, so looking at primary and secondary sources and seeing what the evidence actually is. And so we will be heavily incorporating this into my classroom. Starting next week, actually, we're going to do the Declaration of Independence and then move on to the Constitution. I always encourage questioning, and I always encourage looking at more than one source on topics because we need a full picture of history. So we now teach history and geography at the same time. We teach the class thematically. So we will be looking at 10 different units in this semester. Investigation and interpretation, which we already finished. Political science, which we are already into, culture, movement, oppression and civil rights, financial literacy, trade and economy, changes over time, conflict, and global connections. So the focus of our class is on North and South America, and then a more specific focus on United States history. Because we are talking about United States history and the politics of North America, we are going to talk about the election since it is an election year. I teach the election focusing primarily on the process, how the voting process works as far as how to register and then how you vote, how the Electoral College works, and they will be doing Electoral College maps, and then what takes place on Election Day. No specific candidates will ever be discussed outside of naming who is running in the presidential election. If you have questions about this unit, I am more than happy to discuss them with you or provide you my materials that I use to teach the election process. So this is our 2nd year teaching this specific curriculum, and we are writing and rebuilding as the year goes on. Some of the curriculum is being provided for us virtually. Some of it I am bringing in on my own. The main focus is going to be on skills, reading, writing, document analysis. My goal is to have students apply their content knowledge and then also look at how history and geography impact us today. So classes. Live class will be held in Google Meet for 25 minutes a day. If I know that class will be extended for a certain period of time, I try to give the students a heads up, but I typically contain it in those 25 minutes. After live class, students are responsible for completing Canvas work. That is their independent work. If they have questions about their Canvas work, I encourage them to stay during the independent time to get help. So I do have some Google Meet expectations that they mute their mic. I would love for your students to turn off on their video. If that's something they're not comfortable with, I get it. However, I would like to be able to see their face since we've never met in person before. I always encourage questions. They can type the questions in the chat. I also encourage respectful unmuting. So when there's a pause, if they have a question or a comment, they are free to unmute and participate in class. If there is a time where I am soliciting responses and I call on a student, I have encouraged them to unmute and respond. And then always just paying attention. We have a very limited time together in class, and so just making sure you're paying attention or making sure the kids are paying attention while I'm teaching. In our live class every day, students are expected to complete a warm-up and an attendance question. If your student cannot attend class, please have them email me so that they can be marked present. Independent work. Since we are virtual, students will be responsible for keeping track of their due dates. I have posted everything in Canvas. I also have weekly homework slides and daily agenda slides. In the open house module, there is a parent information letter. In the parent information letter, there are links to the weekly homework slides and daily agenda slides, and once everybody gets into Remind, I will send those out there as well. Students also have links to the weekly homework slides and daily agenda slides in Google Classroom, or not Google Classroom, in Canvas, sorry. After each live session, like I've said, students are more than welcome to stay into the Meet to complete their work and ask any questions, or they can leave. I will be in the Meet answering any questions students have until the last student leaves. Students are always free to email me as well. Our grading policy in history is we have 40% formative assessments, which is all homework, warm-ups, class activities. Some quizzes will be formative, and 60% summative assessments. So that's unit projects, some quizzes, and end of quarter exams. These assignments will be identified in Canvas as formative or summative. Right now for grading, Canvas has the most accurate grades. Each night the grades are transferred over to Infinite Campus, and then I go into Infinite Campus and make sure everything looks good, and then you're good to go in Infinite Campus. So if you are worried about your student's grade, please check Canvas. That will have the most up-to-date grade for them. So I teach in a flipped classroom model. Basically what that means is that all lectures I try to pre-record and have students watch them for homework. So this week the students watched a lecture on the colonies. We are going to be using the information from that lecture, the information from their lessons around enslaved Africans to help inform us as we look at next week's activities with the Road to Revolution and the American Revolution. I find that it's easier for students to watch a lecture and then work on the difficult material in class as far as applying that knowledge. This is something I did when we were in person, and so I'm just bringing it live as well. So types of independent activities for my class will include watching lectures, mini research, map activities, short readings, and previewing images or texts. Types of live class activities will be discussions, projects, document analysis, and working on reading and writing skills. Canvas is where all of their work will be housed. You can find Canvas at canvas.ccsd.net. All work will be posted there, and I've started adding dates to the assignment names so you know what day the assignment was supposed to be due on. Parents can create observer accounts to see what's going on in Canvas. In the parent information letter that is in the open house module, I provided the link to the district instructions for how to set up your observer account. Student account. If your student forgets their Gmail password, their AD password is what will get them into everything. Canvas, Infinite Campus, Gmail, all the things. They can go to myaccount.ccsd.net/, and they will be able to reset their password. I have no control over students' passwords. I cannot reset it for them. They will need to go and do that on their own. Some helpful apps that students might need are Gmail, Canvas, Google Meet, Google Slides, Google Docs, Remind, Edpuzzle, and Infinite Campus. I have office hours daily from 7:30 to 7:55 a.m. and 2:15 to 2:45 p.m. Please email me to schedule a time so I can send a link to the meeting. This is for students to get additional help. If you would like to set up a conference with me one-on-one, those need to be scheduled with Ms. McAllister, the 7th grade counselor. Contact information. So my email is smithkm6@nv.ccsd.net. Please do not hesitate to email me if you have questions about the content, the class, what I'm teaching, why I chose the information that I chose. I am more than happy to discuss that with you. I typically try and keep my email checking to between 7:30 and 2:41, and if it's after 2:41, I will respond the next day. The other way that we can communicate is through Remind. Remind is an application so that I can message all students and parents or guardians at one time. There is a document in the open house section of Canvas that has the Remind directions. You have two options. You can text the code CABKC6 to 81010 and you will get text messages to your phone whenever I post to Remind. Or if you have a smartphone, you can go to rmd.at/CABKC6 and you will download the Remind app on your phone and be registered in my class. Lastly, I just want to say thank you so much for being my partner on this journey. I appreciate you. I know that virtual learning is not the easiest. I am here to help if you are having any issues or questions or just need some backup helping to encourage your students to do their work. Please reach out to me. I want to be your partner in this process. Thank you so much for attending Open House. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, and I will see you guys later. Bye, y'all. Have a good day.